Hello everyone, my name is Ciara and welcome back to my channel. And so we are back again with another weekly reading, and so this is covering the dates of October 21st to October 27th. So we are talking about the end of Libra season and the beginning of Scorpio season in this week. So happy birthday to all of you Scorpios out there. And so before we go ahead and jump into the individual piles we have for this video, let's of course talk about the collective energy that I pulled for this week. So this could definitely reflect for all of us individually, maybe on a larger global scale. I'm tripping over my words here. And so we have the Ace of Pentacles. We then have the Two of Cups. Wow. And we have the Devil. Wow. So that's the major arcana we have popping up for this week. So this is a really interesting mix. Immediately what was coming into my mind was this is definitely a week about new beginnings. I feel like, especially with something like the Ace of Pentacles, we're talking about something beginning in this week that's going to lead to some long-term abundance, growing that foundation and just prosperity and happiness, and definitely in the form of partnerships. With something like the Two of Cups here, I could see this as finally merging together maybe two passions for an individual, or again, two people coming together and meeting and bonding, forming a tight bond. This is also a really big week here for the material world because, again, we have the Ace of Pentacles and then we have the Devil here. Now with the Devil, one thing that was definitely coming up in my mind here, especially for those of you who maybe are starting a new relationship, you're starting this new partnership, there's a possibility, I feel like, in this week of exes, past partners, people maybe you were involved with in the past, or maybe just situations from the past coming up again to try to tie you down maybe, or, trying to stop this flow of abundance coming in or this change, and needing to make the decision of not sort of falling back into bad old habits. This is a week about breaking those, whatever habits that we may hold on to or behaviors that are not good for us, that are not, helping us to move forward in a positive way. This is the week to break them and make sure you keep breaking those chains, because again, there's a lot of new positive opportunities here if, again, we can, I think, view things from a new perspective. And again, think about looking at the situation from a higher perspective, I feel like. Again, I feel like this is an important week for us all to pay attention to our health, again, to what we're doing with our material world, all those kind of aspects. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the three piles that we have here today. And so, of course, we have pile 1 over here, we have pile 2, and then we have pile 3. So take as much time as you need, meditate on the cards, use your own body as a pendulum, use an actual pendulum to help you direct your energy to what is resonating for you, to give you the best idea of what your week may have in store for you. Of course, these are still general readings, so not everything may resonate. And if you're attracted to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine. Your message might be across more than one pile. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into these individual piles. For all of you who picked pile 1, we're going to actually start off this reading by talking about the rune stone that I pulled for you guys to represent something that you might be going through in this week. And so we have the rune, excuse me if I mispronounce it at all, but Laguz, which is representing water, sea, lake, flow, renewal. It's fertility, life energy, imagination, dreams, fantasies, mysteries, the underworld, success in travel possibly here. So, this is really a rune of, it's a feminine rune and it represents intuitive knowledge. So I feel like for you guys in this week who picked this pile, it could be advising you to follow your intuition for this week. Whatever your intuition is telling you, you really need to follow it because your psychic abilities can be at all-time high in this week. And so, you're being possibly guided to or protected by higher forces. and you're probably not even aware of it yet. And so that's why it's like I feel like they're acting through your intuition to give you messages and to guide you in the right direction. So, this could also mean in this week, you're going to be having a lot of prophetic dreams. So be paying a lot of attention to what you're dreaming. Make sure you write down your dreams, start a dream journal if you haven't already. In relationships, this could definitely represent a woman. So whether you're a woman or maybe you're involved in a woman, that could be referencing that relationship in this week. It could be a relationship with a woman who is very psychically inclined, or you are very psychically inclined. It indicates, to use your intuition and imagination will help you to deal with any problems that may arise in this week. So again, really be listening to your inner voice. If you are a man who is receiving this reading right now, it could represent a very strong and supportive female in your life. So definitely keep that in mind. You might, if you're looking for maybe a new feminine connection, that could be very possible in this week, especially with the overall collective energy that I pulled. So, this is all about good memory and success in learning. So if you are particularly in school right now, this could be a very good sign for this week as far as sort of, how your classes go, how much information you're, sort of absorbing. It could indicate also that this week there's going to be time for relaxing, cleansing and reevaluating your life and what you're doing. It could mean that there are others around you who are going to be very sympathetic and understanding and helpful to your cause, to what you're doing. So any of those could be a possibility here with this particular rune. So with that said, let's go ahead now and also pull the overall 3 tarot cards for your week to get more information. Let's go ahead and see what are your 3 overall tarots for this week for my group who chose La Goose here. What do you guys need to know in this week? What does this week have in store for you? What is in store for my group 1s for this week? What do you need to know for this week? Group 1 need to know. Oh. We got that one and that one. Let's see. There we go. All right, so now we have our 3 tarot cards, and of course, I did not forget, we always pull the charms here, so let's go ahead and pull your charms for the week. So group 1, what do you need to know for this week? Okay. So we got a big group of messages here, so let's dive into this. So we have, my opinion is that you never find happiness until you stop looking for it. So that could be a big message for you guys in this week, to just kind of enjoy the moment and stop trying to sort of I feel like artificially create your own happiness. It just needs to kind of flow. I feel like, this is my Halloween costume. So maybe you guys are going to be looking for your Halloween costume in this week, or if you haven't already, or this is just a message. I always take it as really just be yourself. No matter how kooky, no matter how weird it may seem to other people, who you are authentically is your best self. I also see protection here with the supernatural protection symbol here. So protecting your aura, protecting yourself from negative influences in this week. We also have the message of, you have an active mind and a keen imagination. Look at that. This is going to be a huge week for you guys as far as your imagination goes. You're going to maybe be getting a lot of great ideas that are very imaginative, very exciting. And so you should definitely make sure you write them down, I feel like. Don't, think, oh, I'm going to remember it later, I'll write it down. No. No matter where you are, whatever you're doing, if you have this imaginative idea that comes through your mind, make sure you automatically write it down, whether it's on a napkin, on your phone, just wherever, on your hand even, just make sure you write it down. Or even just record yourself explaining it, what it is, if you don't have a pen on hand. So we also have the message of, we give happiness to others, we will end up happy. We also have, the purpose of life is to know yourself and love yourself and trust yourself and be yourself. Again, be yourself in this week. We have, your greatest strength is love. We then have you are unlimited. You have unlimited potential. So again, if you have ideas, go with it. We then have trust is the union of intelligence and integrity. So again, I think we had that message of trust coming up more than once here. We also have this little bear, so I'm thinking about comfort. I'm thinking about warmth. Again, being your unique, authentic self, no matter what it is. What you think as your strengths, as your weaknesses, all of it combining together to make up who you are. Embrace every aspect. I definitely feel like a lot of stable, strong energy, maybe a lot of masculine energy might be possible in this week. Maybe it's sort of the merging of the masculine and the feminine. Kind of looking, definitely like a swirling mind of ideas is coming through. We also have transformation, again, seeing a new perspective. I feel like looking at things, I don't know, this made me think of Supernatural, the episode where you may or may not be familiar with it, but there's an episode where they enchant some glasses to see something that is otherwise invisible. With the glasses on, they can see it. So I feel like that is kind of representing your week as well. We have the zodiac sign of Capricorn, which is really interesting because we had the overall energy for the collective reading of the devil, which of course is ruled by Capricorn. So this could just be representing the energy of the week, or you could be a Capricorn, have Capricorn in your natal chart, or be dealing with a Capricorn. This is talking about being ambitious. If you have ideas, if you have goals, then be ambitious about them. Yeah, I'm getting the sense of charity, again, cycles, transformations, really being an open heart and being, again, trusting the process. Have faith in what's coming next, and then you will come out on top. You will become your own emperor, your own empress. Your achievement is possible. Cooking up those ideas. Again, maybe paying attention to your health in this week. Maybe doing some cleansing exercises. So let's go ahead now and look at your 3 tarot cards. And what do we have here? Look at that. We have the Queen of Cups. Are you kidding me right now? And again, you had this rune here, which is all about the feminine and about especially an intuitive feminine. And that is what the Queen of Cups is for sure. We also have the 6 of Cups. And then we have the King of Wands. Really interesting. So a lot of water energy. So you could have water in your chart as well, or just be in this kind of sentimental energy. So again, the Queen of Cups here is all about intuition. Emotions are playing a very important role for you in this week. A dreamy state, head in the clouds, delicate feelings, wisdom, appeal to the subconscious, the ability to foresee the future. Again, prophetic dreams. You guys are going to be getting a lot of synchronicities and messages about the future, I feel like, about what is coming next. So be very aware of that. Be on the lookout for it. Don't dismiss anything that crosses your mind in this week because it's important. Have a good awareness and discernment about your environment, I feel like. I definitely feel like you could be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information, especially from past lives, something very nostalgic. This might be sort of abilities that you had as a child that are now coming up again, because that's what the 6 of Cups is representing here, is nostalgia. And again, I always take the 6 of Cups as meaning something about past lives. So there could be a past life connection coming in here. It could be this King of Wands. But, again, we have a dreamy state. Both of these are talking about dreamy states of consciousness here. So your dreams are going to be really important here in this week. Maybe your homeland, family connections are going to be coming up. Calm reverie, being in a calm state and really reflecting, I think, on the what you dreamed of as a child, your wishes. Because I'm really picking up on the dandelions here, and that always makes me like you blow a dandelion when it's like that and make a wish. So I feel like that is somehow important for you guys in this week. Of course, then we have the King of Wands over here, and that's all about charisma. Again, the wands usually are. It's passion, it's spirituality, creativity. A high level of responsibility for actions, competence, good advice, paternal attitude. This is somebody who has a lot of wit about them, a a lot of optimism and entrepreneurial spirit. So that might be a big part of this. I was kind of getting that. Like, again, if you have some sort of fantastic idea in this week that could lead to something business-wise, follow it. You know, being able to be a good negotiator, again, really taking on the challenges of life and not being afraid of them. Every challenge is a new opportunity to become stronger and more wise. That's what this King of Wands always reminds me of. You know, reliability and loyalty in relationships as well. So that could definitely be representing either energy that you're going to be taking on or, you know, somebody in your life in this week. So let's go ahead now and also pull the 7 overall cards for you guys to get more clarity on this week for you. What does my group 1s need to know for this week? Ooh. Okay. Let's see. A couple more cards. And there we go. So let's go ahead and see what we have here for you guys. What other information you need to know for this week. So we have the Fool card. Again, new beginnings are possible in this week for a lot of us here. Because again, that was part of the overall energy for this week at the beginning of the video. We also have the 4 of Chalices, so more cups. We have the Initiate of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the 2 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, as well as the 9 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. Again, that's our double here. So again, that's going to be a really important energy this week. Nostalgia, memories, your childhood, past lives. Again, I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of past life kind of information and downloads in your sleep, because we have the 9 of Swords here, which is definitely representing, you know, maybe having trouble sleeping, maybe kind of insomnia, stresses, kind of, and it's all in this mental place. So I feel like there might be it's going to be interesting for you guys, because I feel like your intuition is going to be really on fire. Again, you're going to have prophetic dreams, and you're going to be remembering past life information, and some of it is not going to be of the most pleasant nature, because we have also the 3 of Swords here. So you might be kind of information pertaining to past heartbreaks or, you know, past life sort of karma or situations that you went through that were painful, but you're remembering for the purpose of balancing, for overcoming those things that you experienced. Again, there's some opportunities here on the way for you guys. Again, messages from your spirit guides, and you're not even aware of it, but you're receiving this information for the purposes of starting anew and sort of closing, I think, the chapter on that past karma or those past situations, so that you can be more grounded in the present and able to run your show how you want to. So with that said, let's go ahead now and also take a look at your oracle cards. And so look at this. We have card 30 with oneness, balance, patience, divine masculine. See, we have a lot of that coming through. So this might also be kind of information and downloads about your divine masculine counterpart if you're a feminine, or this is about, for you who are watching this who are masculine, you know, getting more in touch with your divine masculine side. Again, this is all about having patience through this process and keeping that balance going through. We also have the card of knowledge, study, learning, education. And that's what this rune was talking about. You guys, if you are in school right now, this is a great week for your schoolwork, for remembering stuff, for like upcoming classes, you know, tests. You know, your education is important. For those of you who are not in school, again, this is, I feel like, receiving that divine knowledge, those downloads from your past lives. And next up, we have the Book of Shadows with Secret. I've never pulled this card. I'm really curious to see what this one says, because that is so interesting. I've literally have never seen that card before. But let's go ahead and talk about it. The Book of Shadows, which is talking about secrets. So You know, the knowledge you possess runs deeper than you think. You have the information you need to move forward. Allow the answers to shine forth, and you will gain all the knowledge you need to help you on your journey. You are the wise one, the wisdom keeper, and a book of shadows opens its pages to you as an invitation. You must document the secrets that you hold in your heart. Wasn't I talking about that? If you have ideas, if these things are coming up, you need to make sure you write them down in your own book of shadows or whatever it may be. Make sure you write down that information or record it somehow. I'm also really noticing right there in the on the Book of Shadows, we have the, why am I forgetting what this is called? I feel so stupid. Oh, damn it. I went to art school too, and I know what this is. But this is a formula for that. If you, let me bring it up here closer. You see that spiral? It's a way of measuring. It's, the golden mean, the golden ratio. Golden ratio, there we go. That's what it is. It's the golden ratio. It's like, it's a art trick. If you study sort of art in old master paintings, a lot of them use this ratio to sort of, create their compositions, and it just creates a really well-balanced composition. I feel like that, I don't know, that just really caught my eye, so I feel like that's significant for a lot of you. So maybe some of you who picked this pile are also artists, so, or this is, again, going back to that message of balance, finding your golden ratio in your life. And so, where was I? You must document the secrets that you hold in your heart. Your thoughts, dreams, and ideas will flow as you unlock every intimate detail, as you put the quill to parchment. Your wise words are the key to unlocking that which has been preventing you from walking your true path in its fullest capacity. This book of shadows is all you can trust at this time. It shall hold only that which is your truth, including your magical name, never to share with others. So play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your book of shadows. Trust in it. So wow, that is a really crazy message for you guys. I'm really curious for you guys who picked this pile, like, is this resonating? Have you been already feeling this coming up? And so next up, of course, we have the knowledge card, which is card 3. I've noticed that there's been a lot of 3s in your pile here, so that might be significant. You know you're being called to become a student again, a true student, and follow in the long line of brilliant ones who learn so much and then pass the knowledge on again. Books will figure greatly, as will reading, research, and note-taking. There may even be lectures at which you could spy one of your undead friends, radiating happiness that you are finally stepping into the full brilliance of your beautiful intelligence. So you will be divinely guided to find the right course to study and the best books for you to read at this time. You are always learning, and this is what makes you wise. So there you go. Again, a lot of this is a big week for you guys to tap into your own divine knowledge and to learn more. Follow a certain sort of path of study, of knowledge. So finally, we have the oneness card here, which is talking about, regardless if you're male or female, body, this card suggests the need to balance the divine masculine aspects within yourself and reconnect to spirit and divine unity. Recall the strength within, and your quiet power will restore you. Regain your confidence and quell the restlessness back to peaceful coexistence with all. Your situation requires expanding and expressing from the core connection within yourself and spirit. So yeah, this marks the beginning of the journey home, and the balance of yang energies can once again return to its rightful state of perfection. So yes, this is also, the companion crystals for this card are Larmar and red jasper, so those might be good for you. It was interesting because it's like we had that King of Wands here, and I was kind of picking them up no matter what as like a masculine energy. So again, that message of balancing your divine masculine side, whether you're male or female, is so important in this week. It's that yang energy that you need to tap into and use, especially when it comes to your knowledge and what you're learning next. So that is everything I think I'm seeing here for you guys, pile 1 for your cards for this week of October 21st to the 27th. If this reading resonated for you, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. If you would like to help and support the channel in any way, there's links down in the description for that, as well as information on how to get a personal reading with me or with me and my Pisces twin, which definitely go and check out her YouTube channel because it is up now. I'll have a link to it down in the description. And with that said, have a beautiful day. Hello to all of my group 2 peeps here. Let's go ahead and start off this reading by actually talking about the rune stone that I pulled for you guys for your week. And so, excuse me if I mispronounce this wrong at all, but we have the rune of Wunjo, which is joy, success, peace, and fellowship. So this is really a good joyful rune to have for your week. You know, it tells of happiness coming into your life this week. You know, it can indicate a lot of success for you. It's, you know, it is, you know, some activity, you know, is definitely going to lead to a lot of happy results in this week, whether it's with a person or, you know, possibly a very pleasing trip that you take. Anything along those lines. You know, it could be pleasure through your work as well for some of you, especially if you're working on anything that's artistic or creative in nature. It's all around just a very good rune to have for your week here, because it means that, you know, no matter what, you're going to have some form of happiness, some form of success, some form of peace to look forward to in this week. And so with that said, let's go ahead and also look into what the tarot has to say for your week. So we're going to go ahead and, of course, pull the 3 overall cards for you guys. What do you guys need to know, my group 2s, for this week of October 21st to the 27th? What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Ooh. Cards are trying to escape. What do you guys need to know? What does my group 2s need to know? All right. So, and of course, we are going to pull from the charms as well. So, what does my group 2s need to know for this week? Couple more. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about these runes. So we have this one reappearing once again. So this is my Halloween costume. So of course we're getting closer to Halloween. So if you haven't picked your Halloween costume yet, this might be a message for you to do it. But in other ways, I always read that as just really being your authentic self in this week. I feel like that's a big message that's probably going to come through for everyone. You know, just be who you are without any, you know, without any apology, because you don't need to be apologetic for being you. So we have also the message of, now I know the secret of making the best persons is to grow in the open air and eat and sleep with the earth. So that is another message here. So that might be a message for you guys to spend more time outside, you know, be in that space that brings you the most joy. Now, peace of mind comes piece by piece. We also have live light, travel light, spread the light, be the light. And we have every beat of your heart is the rhythm of your soul. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here. So we have a coin here. So I feel like unexpected surprises are going to come in store in this week. You might be, especially in the form of money, you might gain a little bit of extra money, or you might find, you know, a lot of coins on the ground, or maybe even a dollar bill. I just feel like money is going to be very good for you in this week. Again, a lot of stability, a lot of upward movement because you've built a good foundation. We also have this wine bottle. So I definitely see this as, you know, really uncorking yourself, being free, being celebratory, and just enjoying the luxury of life. You know, passion. Maybe your root or sacral chakra is going to be very on fire in this week. I see protection. Again, being who you truly are. doesn't mean sacrificing your strength or your vulnerability. You can be balanced in every aspect, because the swan charm here, this is, they're beautiful. They look very graceful. They look very delicate, but they're actually quite fierce birds if you mess with one. So I feel like that is a big part of you. We also have start today. So yeah, if you want to start something this week, you have all the power to do it. Tulips might be a significant symbol for you guys, or just new growth, new beginning. I feel like opening up your heart to new possibilities. Again, I feel like you might be working a lot of magic in this week. We also have 2 of these shoes. So I feel like, again, balancing out your own polarities, your shadow and your light side, making them work together to be your full person. New beginnings possibly. Cutting through the bullshit is the message I just got through here. Make sure you're doing that. Let's also go ahead and see about your tarot here. And look, we have the 9 of Pentacles here. So yes, this is all about self-reliability, self-sufficiency, being independent, being abundant. Everything is falling together. The rooster might be a significant symbol for you, or maybe that represents your Chinese zodiac sign. Everything that you want to grow and you want to achieve, it is there for you. We also have the 5 of Swords here. So there's always going to be victors. There's always going to be losers in situations, but it's how you handle it, how you approach it, that's going to make all the difference here. Because if you come from a place of, again, love and light, of trying to understand the other side, don't come from a place of meanness or bitterness, because, it could lead to scandals. It could lead to slander, intrigues, and insults. Destructive thinking, loss of trust, heartless acts, a blow in the back, a broken union, loss of reputation, unprincipled, vindictive, dishonesty in business relations. So, these are all the possibilities if you don't handle the situation right. Because again, I feel like there might be some people around you who are trying to take away your happiness in a sense, or they're trying to downplay your victory or your abundance. And it's like, don't buy into it. Don't buy into the conflict. Don't start that battle, because I feel like might be people in this week who try to bring you into that. And if you do, it's going to lead to not the greatest situation, if you catch my drift. Okay. And the last card we have here is the Death card. So yeah, I feel like don't let whatever this represents mess with your week, because again, you have a lot of good things going for you. Because with the Death card here, that is rebirth, it's rejuvenation, it's closing the ending, closing the chapter on something that is no longer, you've grown out of it. It no longer fits you. Again, every ending leads to a new beginning. So that might be what this is. Maybe a certain relationship in this week, you're going to finally just cut the cord on it, because it's a losing battle in a sense. But let's go ahead and also pull some additional cards here to get more clarity for your week. So let's see what's going on for you guys, my group 2s. Again, we have the overall message with the rune casting of success and joy. So no matter what, this week is going to lead to something along those lines. Victory, I feel like, for you guys. Let's see. What other information does my group 2s need to know for this week? Ooh. What other information? Okay. What else do they need to know for this week? What else does group 2 need to know? Okay, we got quite a few extra messages here, so let's go ahead and talk about these. So let's gather these all up. So let's see. So we have the 8 of Wands. We have, look at this, the 5 of Chalices. So we have another 5 coming up here. We also have the 7 of Swords. We have the 4 of Swords, a lot of sword energy. So maybe a lot of you have a lot of prominent air in your chart. This has a lot to do with communication and thinking. We also have Justice, so more of that sword energy, Libra. And we have the ending of the Libra season. So again, this might be a big transition week for you. still have the World card again. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have 3 5s right here. So 555 might be a very significant synchronistic number for you in this week. We also have the Tower. Look at that. We have the Death and we have Tower. So again, completely changing your perspective on things in this week, putting endings to things that are no longer serving you, rebuilding, restarting, closing the chapter there with the World card. Oh my God. And the next card, guys. If you watch the beginning of the video, which I always highly encourage you guys to do that, for the collective energy of this week, we had the Devil card come up. And sure enough, for you guys, we have the Devil here. So wow, a lot of major arcanas for you. Oh my God, oh my God, this is absolutely insane. We have the 5 of Wands. You literally have every single 5 from all 4 suits of the minor tarot. I have never seen that. I've never had that happen. That is crazy. This is a huge week of transformation, changes. Also, probably there's going to be some sort of conflict in there, okay, for you guys. But that is absolutely wild that we have 4 5s coming up. Wow. That is something else. I've never seen that before. Again, with all those 5s there, it's like, again, strongly encourage you, pay a lot of attention to your health in this week. Pay attention to how much money you're spending. Try to avoid any losses, which I don't feel like is a strong possibility. It just all depends on how you use it in this week, because again, all of these 5s represent some form of challenge or some form of conflict or change. So that's going to be a big, and then you have the Death card and we have the Tower here. So yes, there's a lot of that happening for you, but I feel like it's all for the better. It's all going to lead to success and joy for you, because again, we have the World here. So that's again, closing the chapter, starting in a new. I feel like you're getting rid of bad, juju or bad karma in this week, because we have the 7 of Swords, which talks about, dishonest people, maybe thievery, trying to avoid responsibility. And then you have the Devil, which is all about, materialistic cords, bad habits, trying to make, making the hard choices that you need to make here. And right in between these, I feel like we have we have Justice, which is all about karma coming back around to people who have obviously harmed you. You are a group who've experienced a lot of hardships, probably, your whole entire life. And this week, this month, or maybe it's just like this coming Scorpio season, because it's interesting because we have the Death card, which is ruled by Scorpio. So that's going to be a big focus here, is doing a lot of karma, cord cutting, cleansing out of just old bad baggage. And I especially feel like for you guys, doing this process in your sleep or through meditation is going to be very helpful, because you're going to be getting, again, I think good karma is going to come back to you, and you're going to be receiving a lot of messages. There might be a possibility of travel here for you as well. Your guides are sort of conspiring to help you here, I feel like. So let's go ahead and look at your oracle cards now. So we have card 12 with emotional freedom, vulnerability, flowing, and rebalancing. That's a big message that's coming up for a lot of people. We also have illumination, card 23, expression, positivity, joy, and inspiration, totally lining up with the rune that we have. And so what's so funny is that this adds up to a 5. So more of that energy coming through. Oh my God. You guys are like, you 5 is your number. Okay, I'm just going to say it, because the next one we have is transgression, flaws, contradictions, mistake, and it adds up to a 5 because it's card 41. That's absolutely wild. And then we have ritual, invocation, and we have lady goddess with the energy of feminine. So very interesting. Let's go ahead and dive into all of these. So let's go ahead and start by talking about, these cards over here. Let's see. So the lady goddess, the feminine, this is acknowledge your femininity, rebirth the goddess within, wear long flowing robes or dresses, dance, sing, paint, or draw, allow your creative juices to flow, be gentle with yourself, and be more receptive to others. So that's a message coming through definitely for you guys. It's so interesting because group 1 was all about connecting to the divine masculine. For you guys, it's all about connecting to the divine feminine here, the goddess energy. So definitely be doing that, working on that in this week. We also have, rose quartz would be a very good stone to use in this regard. We have ritual here. So maybe doing a ritual to invoke the goddess or invoke a certain goddess that is significant for you. So, yeah, the message here, join a coven for ritual work in safety. Your connection with a deity is linked to past lives. Oh my God, that is crazy. Honor the deities in all their forms through prayer, ritual, dance, chants, and offerings. Remember your protection. Dedicate an altar to your favorite deities. So, yeah, I feel like you have a strong ability right now in this week to connect with a specific deity, obviously probably a goddess here. So if that of course resonates for you guys, if you want to do a ritual or dedicate your altar to that, definitely do that work and connect with it, because you're going through a lot of transformations here. And I feel like, this having sort of like a patron goddess who has chosen you, don't necessarily just like, oh, I want this goddess to be my goddess or whatever. Like, that's not how it works. Just like get into a meditative state and open yourself up to being receptive to whatever goddess comes in to choose you. I feel like I just got the sense that maybe for some of you, the goddess Kali might be significant, or maybe Maat might be significant. Anything that has to do with, again, like cord cutting, balancing, expansiveness of the universe. Those might be goddesses that are significant for you. But no matter what, like, just let the right deity come to you and work with them in that way. It's a partnership like anything else. And so you don't necessarily want to force your will, because that's not going to work. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on into the next oracle card we have here, which is transgression. So let's see what it has to say for you guys, my group twos. So, this is when we go against our integrity, our soul will let us know. And if we continue to deny that inner voice, the universe will show us where we are going wrong. Make amends, take stock, assess, and redirect, and come back into harmony with the voice of your soul. That is the message here. So yeah, that's definitely what you guys should be doing. And again, that's going to lead to a lot of illumination, a lot of emotional freedom here. So let's go ahead and talk about these cards as well. Starting off with card 12. Let's see. You may be feeling emotionally unstable. Sharing your emotions with yourself or others may be scary, but it will help you release them and rebalance your energies. Focus on restoring harmony to your emotional center. Engage in self-loving acts to help you restabilize. Taking sea salt baths will help detox your emotions. Sometimes being vulnerable and open is for our greatest good, for growth. Once we release, our stability is regained. So the companion crystals here are blue aragonite and, how do you say this? Indosolite? But yeah, that might be a very good practice for you guys to do, even to connect to this goddess energy, is by, taking sort of sacred ritual-like baths. And so next up we have, of course, card 23 with illumination. Let's see what it has to say. Lift yourself to a higher frequency of joy. You need to express this more fully. Allow the inspiration of nature, the elemental realms, and love to carry you forth in your next endeavor. It is not a time to be looking at your situation from a head space, but rather the heart space of joy, laughter, and fun. Be positive and know that the light you seek is already inside you. Your light wants to shine and be allowed complete freedom of expression. The companion crystals here are adventurine, green adventurine, and dolomite. So again, it's so crazy. I mean, I don't look at the cards before I do the reading here. And it just matches up perfectly with your runes and the rest of the message here. It's like, no matter what you've experienced in the past, it's like everything has made you stronger and wiser for it. And so just come from a place of joy and love, and just let yourself be completely free to express and to receive. So with that said, I think that is everything I'm seeing for you guys, group 2, for your reading. If this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss future videos. If you would like to help and support the channel in any way, there's going to be links down in the description for that. And there's also information if you would like to get a personal reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, which also, she just launched her own YouTube channel with her own pick a card readings. So if you guys would like to check that out, I have a link down in the description for her channel as well. So go over there and make sure you show her some love. And yes, I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, all my group 3s, and welcome to your reading. And so we're going to actually start off this one by talking about the specific rune I pulled for your week here. And so we have the rune, please do excuse me if I mispronounce it at all, but we have Ansuz, which is communication, insights, truth, and wisdom. So this is a rune that represents the spoken word, communication, learning, taking advice, and, acquiring wisdom. So those might be aspects that you're going to be dealing with a lot in this week. It seems to be something that's coming up for a lot of people for this week. I've noticed so far in these readings, it could represent an intelligent individual who is super full of energy. So that could be you, or maybe somebody you're going to be meeting who really inspires you. Be on the lookout for someone wiser than you who can give you good advice. Maybe somebody who's possibly older, but not necessarily. This is... sometimes this rune can suggest that, an apprenticeship or a new trade under the guidance of someone who can teach you a great deal is possible in this week. It could indicate some form of test as well. So if you're in school, you might be having a lot of tests come up in this week, maybe a surprise pop quiz, or maybe this is a sign that if you were, applying for certain jobs, that you could be getting a job interview in this week. It shows you that now you have the ability to get through whatever arises with ease through acquiring this kind of knowledge. So I definitely see that this is going to be a very studious week for a lot of you. It could be a lot about making connections with people who know more than you, who could teach you a lot. So let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say. As always, we're going to pull our 3 main cards here to get an idea of what is in store for your week. Group 3, what do they need to know for their week here? What do they need to know? Oh, okay. What do they need to know for their week? I feel like there is definitely an extra card for you guys, so we're just going to go with it. What does the group 3 need to know? All right. So, of course, we're going to also pull from the charms, as we always do here. So, let's see. What does my group 3s need to know for this week? What do they need to know? Ooh, we had one jump out. That's a first. And it was the wands one, so we'll talk about that. Let's see, what else does group 3 need to know? Okay. So let's see, what are these extra messages we have here? Because we got quite a few, as always. Definitely. So we have the message of, sell your ideas, they are totally acceptable. We have say it straight, simple, and with a smile. We have the message of express your talents in art and music. Live by your inner knowledge and strength. We also have a pleasant surprise is in store for you. You must have self-respect. Only then can you respect somebody. We also have live light, travel light, spread the light, be the light. And finally, we have peace of mind comes piece by piece, along with, now I know the secret of making the best persons. It is to grow in the open air and eat and sleep with the earth. So let's go ahead and also look at the charms here. So we have a lot of red coming through. So again, it makes me think of root chakra, your stability, your family ties, your family history. Also communication here with the blue stone. Also, we have 2 of these really clear kind of rainbow-like stones. So I feel like you're going to be very clear of mind in this week. I feel like you're crown chakra might be very significant. There's something magical about this week for sure. We also have, look at that, we had this big heart here along with the love charm. So having a super open heart, receiving that love in. We also have the gold star here with the circles. So again, achievement, I feel like, cycles coming back around, cooking up some new ideas, taking care to nurture yourself in this week. Transformation, a lot with the solar plexus, not the solar plexus, sacral chakra here. Swift transformation, new adaptability. Again, this is the energy. It feels like a new beginning in this week for you guys, and with something, especially something that is a passion for you, that's creative. And this is the energy of just do it, go for it. Well, let's see what your cards have to say. So we have, look at that, we have the Hangman. We also have the Magician, and look at that, so much of like this blue-green color here. So heart chakra. Oh wow, and we have the Two of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles, which is really interesting because we have the Two of Cups here, and that was one of the cards for the overall energy of this week. So yeah, you guys who picked this pile, you have a strong possibility here in this week to be forming a lot of new connections. You're manifesting these connections. Especially if it's something in the realm of romance, that could be a strong possibility for a lot of you here. And especially like a sense of like kind of love at first sight and just going with it. So with the Magician, this is your will and your mind. This is about you using all of the skills. You have all the skills. You have all the necessary ingredients to make your reality exactly what you want it. If you can think it, you can make it manifest in your reality. So keep that in mind. It's a time to act, achieve your goals, control of the situation, great results, mastering new skills, creativity, favorable outcomes. There's a lot here that has to do with creativity. So definitely go with it. I feel like you guys who picked this group, you are very creatively inclined, whether it's in music, if it's in the arts, if it's in sciences or business. It's like you have that magic spark to do something really original and unique. And so you need to follow it, and you might need to do it. It's like you can achieve a lot on your own, but maybe even through a partnership is where you are at your strongest. So finding that perfect partner for you is a possibility in this week. So manifest it, call it in, because you have the skill to do that. And then something like the Hangman, this is all about kind of like the abyss. It's a time of slowing down. It's life lessons. It's, kind of stepping back from the situation and looking at it from a different perspective. It's spiritual growth. It's reflection. It's profound experience. It's sacrifice. It's unexpected changes and experience in that way. So I feel like there could be something in this week that you kind of just have to roll with it. You just have to go with it and trust. I feel like a lot with the Hangman has to do with trust. So then we have the are you kidding me? We have the Three of Pentacles here, which is all about creativity. So creation, skill, and concentration. You guys have, a desire to improve your skills, to realize ideas, and to gain new knowledge. So a willingness to work, and maybe even work in, again, a partnership here. Love for your chosen profession. Just go with it. Accept it. And then finally, of course, we have the Two of Cups, which is all about union. So love, friendship, and hospitality, a sincere desire for friendship, openness and love, mutual respect, understanding, assistance, and support, emotional balance, ability to find compromises, common interests, shared tenderness, affection, strong feelings of attraction. So that's all. However, this might manifest. For some of you, it could definitely be a love connection. For others, it might be more on the side of business or a creative sort of partnership. Not to say that couldn't develop into a love situation, but I feel like maybe this is a little bit more towards career, or like at least a creative passion that you can bond with somebody else over. A lot of that tenderness coming through. So let's also go ahead now and pull some additional cards to get more clarity for your week. What other information does my group 3s need to know? Let's see. Ooh, come on. What does group 3... What does group 3 need to know for this week? What do they need to know? Okay. see. Ooh, okay. What else does the group... Okay. So we got your cards now, so let's go ahead and see what they have to say. So we have the Elemental of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So again, this is reigniting a passion of yours, going after it, and possibly travel. This could also be, you know, a new flame, like a new love that could definitely come in for some of you. We also have the Hierophant. So this is all about following your own dreams, following your own belief system, you becoming the master of your own universe, I feel like. You claiming that power. You don't need to follow somebody else's rules or regulations. You can make your own. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, you're still working at this. Like, you need to give yourself patience and time, because it's happening. It's coming together, but it just might need a little bit more time to finish growing here. So we also have the Elder of Wands, which is the King of Wands. So again, fire, passion, charisma, not being afraid of the challenges and taking them head on. So interesting. We have a lot of repeating cards from other groups here, because we also have the Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords here, you know, it's a message of, for some of you here, especially if it's as far as love relationships go, don't let sort of heartbreaks of the past make you hesitate to manifest something better and new for you, or to accept, you know, the cup of somebody else who might be offering it to you in this week. I feel like, you know, if this isn't referring to maybe a love situation, it's like, don't give up on your passions or your creativity. It's like it's only gonna, if you keep ignoring it, if you keep denying it, you're just gonna continue to hurt yourself. I feel like you're wounding your own heart by sitting there not doing what you're meant to be doing, because it's part of your life's purpose. Even here, we have the Four of Chalices. Again, you might be feeling very unsatisfied with the current situation, even if it's not super bad or anything. It's like you're ignoring what you truly are meant to be doing right now. So you need to go after it, especially here with the Chariot. It's like, drive forward, travel if you need be, like actually physically move if it's necessary for you to achieve what you need to. And then we have the Novice of Wands, which is basically the Knight of Wands. So yeah, this is possibly travel to foreign lands, you know, a lot of activity, a lot of passion and drive. Go after it. This could be somebody else coming into your life who is very, you know, charismatic, who has a lot of charisma, who just sweeps you off your feet possibly here. So let's go ahead now and also dive into your oracle cards. So look at this. We have Liberation, Power, Fulfillment, Self-Attainment, card 26. We then have Ancient, card 4, Ancestry, Egypt, Magical Inheritance. Maybe you traveled to Egypt. Maybe you have a desire to. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Then we have, are you kidding me right now? We have Fire and Passion. And you had so many like wands come up so prominently here in your reading. It's like, yeah, you need to follow your passion, follow your fire. Stop denying it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So yeah, you know, work with the element of fire to eliminate negative thoughts and behaviors. Imagine etheric flames raging and consuming any darkness that lies within. Your fear of fire stems from a past life. How interesting. Because we have this right here, and I take this as a major past life kind of card. I feel like this, in the previous weekly reading I did, I feel like this card came up for one of the piles. So maybe some of you who picked that pile last week also picked this pile. So you might want to review that past, that past weekly reading, because that might have additional information here. But your renewed passion invokes the love you have been waiting for. Exactly. Follow that. Spice things up. The magic of fire invokes lust, passion, attraction, and love. You're being encouraged to cast aside your fear of the flame and bring warmth into your inner world. Fire waits to be acknowledged and worked with by you. Invite fire into your life and allow the strength of its energy to purify and cleanse away any doubts and worries that have clouded your view. Fire will fuel you to be able to walk into your true light with full might, vitality, vigor, as you reclaim your power. So yeah, that's a huge message right here. This reclaiming of your power might actually stem from, your family lineage. It might be something that you or claiming or overcoming. So family connections that lead you to greater knowledge of the self and how to work with the family members you know. There will be information that comes to you at this time that may surprise or disappoint. Whatever the reaction, it is a gift to be able to know where you are from and from who the raw matter, the very cells of your being came. So tap into ancestral energy, for it has much to offer you at this time. Simply take time to meditate and see who comes to you. So again, this could be a very good big week for you to, because the veil is thinning right now because we're in October. So connecting with your ancestors, maybe ancestors who stem back to Egypt, possibly. And finally, we have liberation here with card 26. So let's see what it has to say. No one can truly take your power unless you allow it. So if you're experienced powerlessness, Spirit is asking you to remember who you are and reclaim your power. Step up to your true potential. And in your current situation, take the initiative. Be assertive, but also be loving. It's time for you to be free and be empowered. This may be your time to celebrate your achievements in life or release them from those things that no longer serving you. So the companion crystals here are opal and rainbow fluorite. So again, we have that doubly coming up. This is all about reclaiming your power in this week, because you have that power. You have so much to give, so much fire and passion. It's just a matter of you reclaiming it and realizing that you don't need to kind of tie yourself down to any situation, I feel like. So if this reading resonated for you, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any more future videos. And of course, if you'd like to help and support the channel in any way, there's links down in the description for that, as well as how to get a personal reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, who also just recently launched her own YouTube channel. So if you guys would like to go and check out her YouTube channel, I'll have that link also in the description, so you can go over and show her videos some love. And so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.